Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chasing Psychological Safety. Today, again, we're talking to you about the future of work, which is now the today of work and the now of work, because a lot of things have happened over the last year since we started talking to you more seriously about it. But realistically, we at People Not Tech have been on and on about how important it is that we redefine work and reorganize the important bits around teams for a good year and a half or 2 years now. But going back to that, what we would say now in one word is that the future of work is not only here, but it's hybrid. And more importantly, it's that hybrid that makes sense to you. And with that, we'd like to kind of expound a little bit on the points we've made in yesterday's article, because we cannot have a one-size-fits-all approach to this.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what could be perceived as one of the challenges, but is also one of the beauties of the situation that we're facing now. We get to truly create and rethink and challenge and question and create a world that genuinely works for everybody in the team. Yes, it's a bit of work up front, but what piece of work that was worth doing wasn't. So what we're looking at here is talking about questioning everything. So rethinking the ways that we work, really understanding who we've got in our teams, how they need to work, what systems we've got available to us to help us do that. And that doesn't just mean systems to help us with our processes, but systems to help us with the people side of things as well. What tech have we got that we can really make work for us? But questioning everything about the way we worked before, because hybrid is the way we are going to be doing things now. Hybrid is the way we're going to stay competitive in the marketplace. And hybrid is the way we're going to stay psychologically safe by building trust within those hybrid teams as well. So we really need to question everything about the ways that we work and the ways that we do culture as well within our teams.
Precisely. And we would like to also remind everyone that has even had a brush with the term agile, that this could also be the time to rethink what and how they really feel about it. Simply because understanding agile properly, really changing your mindset towards it, comes with a host of advantages. So not only will we be able to kind of redefine work around products and outcomes, and not just kind of aleatory other measurements, because no other measurement should be as important, but it comes with understanding learning. It comes with understanding flexibility. It does come implicitly with changing from command and control to servant leadership. All those things are packaged within the notion of agile. And more importantly, and I think what it really matters is, once you understand agile, you also understand the need for distributed teams. You understand the need to allow them to be autonomous and support them in being autonomous, not only allow them. You understand the need in teams that are potentially cross-functional, coming from different silos. So once you reframe all those things, what leadership is, what work looks like, and what teams are like, then, and those come normally and usually and easily from an agile mind frame, then you'll have a different perspective as to what flexible working means.
Absolutely. And one thing we know about agile is that it naturally forces us to think, or creates an environment to think about the human side of things. And we've been talking for a long time now about human debt, the human version of technical debt. And one of the ways that we can really reduce that human debt, which we need to do now because it's built up even further over the last 12 months. So looking forward, what we really need to do is focus in on culture, purpose, and impact. So team purpose, looking at exactly why we're here to do what we do, why we care about what we do, and how what we do serves all of our stakeholders and all the people that we work for and are here to serve. So looking at our team purpose and really reconnecting with that, looking at our impact, which we know means such a huge amount to people. You know, what impact are we having as a team? What unique impact can we have as this group of human beings together? And looking at culture. I've already talked about it a little bit, but really focusing back in on what that hybrid team culture looks like. It's not going to look the way it looked before, but how can we create something beautiful out of the last 12 months by looking really, really closely at that team culture and doing some intentional, focused work on that.
Exactly. And part of that work of discovery of this new team is, as ever, we keep saying this and we can't invite it anymore, is to do yet another team relaunch. Obviously, anytime that circumstances change, and they might in your situation where people might be going back to work or might be entering this new reality of some office, some homework, um, obviously that's a moment to reestablish what all are our communication channels. What do we expect from one enterprise point of view? What do we expect ourselves in the team? What is this new point of culture that we're attempting to grow? What's our purpose? As Fionn said, what impact do we make? Reaffirm all those things together, and make sure you wrap them up with structure and clarity, and all of a sudden you'll have kind of a better launching pad for the rest of this period.
And finally, some of the things that are really going to be valuable looking at specifically the hybrid way of working are going to be continually asking. Don't leave people alone, for want of a better phrase. Continue to care, continue to ask the question, because what's really going to make us successful in what's going to be a highly changeable, highly fluid, flexible working environment, and to really get all those benefits, is going to be to keep asking the question so we can close the feedback loop. Short feedback loops are going to be what really helps you to have a strong culture in a hybrid working team environment. So you've asked a question of the team, you get the feedback, you go away, and then you feed that back, and then you keep asking the questions and keep finding out, and get them to ask each other. Keep that feedback chain and loop going within the team, and that's going to really help you stay plugged in and on top of having that really kind of best in class hybrid working team environment. And then last but not least, having a non-sterile policy around flexibility. We know that the dramatic change in 2020 and into 2021 has really set the hairs running with regards to people trying to rework policies internally and look at long documents, lots of text, trying to work out exactly what policy they're going to nail people down to for when we return to the office / working at home. That's just not going to cut it. What we need are human-centered, people-focused policies or ways of working, focus more on culture and people than on something that's set out in a document, because one size is not going to fit all. So we really exhort you to think differently about the way you set things out for how people work, and to engage with people in order to get the most out of that going forward.
And look, we're not pretending this is easy. We know full well how difficult it is, or well enough. We're not exactly running multi-billion international company just yet. But at the same time, we are running teams, we're helping others run teams, many teams, and it isn't easy. There's no answer. And we all would like there to be very definite answers and ways in which we're going to be working, know that that's set, and kind of carry on with life. Unfortunately, those times where we could have a very well clearly documented sequential 1 to 3 step approach to work are gone. They probably will never return. We will have to restructure everything around flexibility, around the hope that the team is the unit that will make a change in an enterprise, and around obviously the number one fundamental pillar of this being that those teams are as psychologically safe as we can get them. So yeah, come talk to us as ever if you wanted to see the software that we're helping other people do this with. And if not, just kind of keep an eye on it yourselves, and we'll talk to you next week. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.